the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. God, your love was real, but it's down for us. No, you can't decide. Oh, oh, oh. After all this time, this is it for us.
Hello, just give me 2 seconds.
Change your energy, yeah, you switch things up. Now you seem brand new to me. But was that even for? Was you playing your games? Was you really bored? No.
See if I can figure out this before we go live. Just give me 2 seconds, people.
Be with anyway, till we hit a red light. Did I see the signs? Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's down for us. No, you can't decide. Oh, oh, oh. After all this time, this is it for us.
Just use the big headset.
After all this time, this is it for
Give it
us.
one more shot.
After all this time, this is it for us. Oh, I really should've known. Be with anyway, till we hit a red light. Did I see the sign? Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. God, your love was real, but it's down for us. No, you can't decide.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
oh, oh. After all this time, this is it for us.
Gonna turn that down. Let you guys see me. Hello. Just bang that music up a little bit more so it's backgroundy. I think everything's good there. Alright, let's get into it then. So, today, what's on the cards? Let me pull it up. We're here. Ducky 3D video there. More text there. But I actually was looking at water simulation tutorials. Like so. And there was a few that two that I wanted to check. So this one from CG Geek I wanted to try. And there was another one for Blenders for Beginners or something like that. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. I want to do the Blender for Beginner one because it looks really cool for a short. And then also I think that the other one that I was looking for, which is, if I just go and find it here, because it'll be in my history on my other channel, right? I've got 2 YouTubes, one for the stream and then one for just like my actual self. Just because I'm a bit worried about my own algorithm sometimes. So I think this was the first one we want to watch. So this one by Blender Made Easy. So if I grab this, I'll just put it in the chat and we'll go into it and we'll see what we can do with this. It's a bit old, but if I pin that, I can pin that message. Yeah, there we go. So the message is now pinned. So if I move this over here, and then we'll get you guys back on Blender. Hey, there we go. So let's just go and save some stuff. Let's save this file as Sim1. And this thing's by Blender Made Easy, so BM Easy Water Sim. Okay, there we go. Bang that back to the beginning. So many ads. I'm pretty excited about this one. It's meant to be some like beginner guide. I'm just gonna skip this introduction because it's a bit long. There we go. I'm gonna get rid of that now. So we want to keep everything big. Okay, so we want to go in here, properties, dimensions. He sets this to 9, so let's just do what he does. No point getting fancy with this. It's meant to be quite a cool simulation though, so we'll see how this goes. I'm excited. I am excited. And we want to move it up on C, so G, C. So now we want to duplicate this, so Shift D, and then S, and then X. I've missed something. Here we go. You know what it is?
For some reason, the quality is awful. And it's because YouTube's auto put it at 1080, like 360p.
So then he also goes and takes these and makes both of these like a 4.8.
Sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding
Gonna go with wireframe.
but life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark.
See what he's doing. Let's have a quick look at what he's doing. Hello person, hello whoever's watching. If you don't know who I am, I just follow Blender tutorials and follow them on live stream. Tutorial is in the comments if you want to go watch it yourself. I do normally credit the person, but my main goal is to see how easy some of these tutorials are and where we can go with them. So he wants to just add a few objects in and sort of have them be these objects that this water sim's going to smash off. So we're going to add a few in ourselves. I like a torus. I kind of want to have a spinning torus in this. So I'm going to go in and we're just going to make some things a bit bigger and smaller. Like that. I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to move it up on C. Like so. And then I'm going to move it on X. Probably have it quite close like that. And if I just spin this around on Z now, make sure it doesn't hit that wall. Yeah, we're good. Alright. Okay, now he wants to make them tall. So I think we should add in a few different objects, you know what I mean? I don't want the same object. I know how his looks, and his ends up being 3 cylinders like this. So his ends up being more like, you know, scale that and Alt Z. There we go. Why would you do this again? Scale Shift Z. His ends up being more like this, so he ends up with like 3 big things. And he just kind of puts it randomly. And then the water all hits off that, and I don't really want to do that. I want to have a bit of variation with my. So the way that I'm going to add that variation in is just by using different meshes. I'm going to get a good code. And I kind of want this to be quite fast. So I'm going to put its vertices up a bit, maybe 64. I am going to have to be quite tall. Quite chunky, actually maybe not as tall like that. And then I'm just going to grab this and move it up on Z. There. I'm going to move this on X a little bit. This might be a bit big actually, so let's just go and I think if I press F9. Put this code. If I just go into edit mode and shift select this and scale it in a bit, like that. There we go. Nice, that's working. Then I'm gonna go and move this on X, G and X. Oh, we want to be out of edit mode. Gotta put one there. And then I'm gonna add something else in. Not sure what I want to add in here. Probably just another code. Should we just duplicate that code? I think we should. I'm gonna duplicate it, move it on X, move it on Y, move it back a bit on X. Get out of edit mode, grab this, and just rotate this, make sure nothing hits off it. Cool, nice. Well, we could do like different toruses, but I think that'll do for now. Okay. Okay, so now he just goes away and positions them, which I've actually just done. I skipped ahead a bit. So we set the scale to 1, just to let everything be at a 1. Okay. I'm just going to rename this one domain. This cube here, I'm going to rename it as initial liquid. So now I go into physics here and select fluid and domain. So liquid. Okay, so this will make the simulation look better, but the more sims we use, the more resolution, obviously the longer it'll take to render. So we'll see how it goes. I could do like a quick short after this using this one thing, and I'll just be like Resolution Division 1, Resolution Division 20, 64, 108, blah blah blah, and get like just an increasing scale in there. We'll see how long each one takes to render, though. That might take a while.
And can I skip this?
So 196 is what we want to sit at. And he's now going into an explanation about how this cube here moves with the resolution. We don't want it to be fast. So if he goes to a point, flip ratio. So this flip ratio apparently controls splashes. Okay. Apparently we just leave this. Okay, so if this is high, it looks like the simulation's gaining volume, so we need to lower this. And he says 0.65 works. And if it looks like it's gaining volume, we need to just reduce that a bit. And now we're going to go down to mesh. Where's mesh? Ooh, my guy, where did you do that? Now he just says we're gonna go into mesh and enable it. I don't have mesh. Up res factor, particle radius, mesh generator, smooth positive, negative, EC. This is why I do this for you guys, right? So that if I'm looking at somebody doing an old tutorial from 3 years ago who hasn't updated it, you guys know where the mistakes are and you can watch me struggle to fix them. Viscosity diffusion particles. I don't know where he found this mesh. And I'm on stream, so I don't really want to have to mess around loads. We'll quickly try to find it. Field weights, viewport display. Okay. So if I just go back, I'm going to screenshot this, and the way I normally fix these kind of quick bugs is just with a bit of AI, thank God for AI, when it comes to the modern day. As long as you use it correctly, it is definitely a good thing. one of the issues we've got is, hello person who's just joined, that's a really bad thing to watch me on ChatGPT. But I'll explain. So I'm following a tutorial, it's pinned in the comments, and it's about a liquid simulation. And we've hit a moment where he's told me to go to something called Mesh. Now, I can't find Mesh in this settings. And one of the reasons for that is this is actually a couple of years old, so he's using an older version of Blender, which means it could actually have moved or not be a setting anymore and have been replaced. So I've just gone on to ChatGPT because I don't want to spend 40 minutes on stream like I did yesterday trying to fix a bug. And we're going to let the AI kind of figure it out. So the old mesh panel has been moved inside the liquid section. Click the small arrow beside liquids here. Physics, properties, fluid domain, liquid. Mesh, there it is. See, found it. Good, this is what we want the Jitney for. And if you don't know what I do, by the way, I basically am pretty novice at Blender, but I like making things. So I go and find tutorials, I watch them on live, and you guys can just watch me go through the tutorials. You can watch me make all the mistakes, struggle, and then maybe, you know, if you decide you want to follow that tutorial, at least you've got this live stream to fall back on to know where some of the issues are and how to quickly fix them. So I want upres at 2. So this is apparently... Are you guys just getting spammed with a GPT? No, these are good. This mesh particle radius is apparently pretty similar to this. So if we have this too high, it's going to sort of like accidentally increase the volume. So we are probably going to reduce this down. I'm going to let Tutorial Man tell me what to do though. Just because he knows what he's doing and I don't. Okay, so he sets this down to a value of 1, so I'm just going to do what he does. And apparently because this is a temp folder, if we were to save Blender, the simulation would be gone. So if I know I like the simulation, I should change this cache to make sure that that simulation doesn't get deleted. But apparently you're saying now that they're really large in size, so don't do it until you know. I like most of my simulations to be about 10 seconds, so, and I run 24 FPS, so I'm just going to set this to 240, and this end frame I'm going to also set to maybe, let's see, 24 FPS. 2 times 24 is 48, we're at 240, so 192. So the last 2 seconds will kind of be the liquid sort of settling the simulations over. And replay apparently allows you to see the simulation in the viewport, but he's about to say something. Okay, so if I swap this to modular, we get different bakes. So we could go and bake in the liquid settings and then bake in the mesh if we wanted, and apparently it'll make everything a bit nicer. Okay. fluid, type to flow. And we don't want smoke, so we want a liquid. So you want this on geometry, so it's going to take this geometry here. Okay, and if we swap this to inflow, apparently we just constantly add fluid. So, no. Okay, so let's grab these. Click fluid, and we want these to be an effector. Effector. And an effector, like so.
I don't think I can take this anymore. I might just break all the heartache, all the heartache, all the heartache, all the heartache.
Okay, so he now wants to bake that data. What I'm gonna really quickly do is I want to go to frame 0, select this. I'm gonna come up here and I want to keyframe it because I want this to rotate. So I'm gonna just press I and keyframe. I'm gonna go all the way to 240. 10 seconds. How many loops do I want over 10 seconds? I want this to be like, 10 seconds is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 would be too many. Maybe 5. So like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, out. Maybe 3. So let's go to 240. Its rotation on X was at 0 on that keyframe. So I'm just gonna slash that. Just make the math nice and easy. Go to 240, 360 times 3, 1080. And I'm going to insert that keyframe. So now as this is going to rotate around. And let's just pop this tutorial back a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go back into part physics, and we're going to bake this data. I should have probably saved Blender before I did that. Well, why is ChatGPT open for you guys? I've not opened ChatGPT in a while. Going. How long was that open? But apparently he's saying now that they're really large in size, so don't do it. Oh my days. You know what I need to do on OBS? I need to make sure that GPT is just below Blender. At the moment though, we're just baking, so we're chilling. I'll probably use this moment to just go AFK as well. The first 20 minutes of this are going to be absolutely awful. So I'll go and apologise for that in the stream later. Put a bit of back screen up for you guys. been muted the whole time. I'm just awful. And this is why I need people in a chat, man. I think mistakes like this will get better and won't get as bad once I have a few people who just engage in the chat more. I had Shayna in a few days ago. Shayna's pretty cool. And she would be like, yo, I can't hear you. And I'd be like, oh no, quickly change things. What else can I show you guys that's quite cool? I've got these bunny rabbits. We go and have a look. These are like handcrafted glass rabbits. So I got that one. I've got to be really careful with these, they're really fragile. I've got this one. These look quite cool. And I've got this one. And I think one day, once I'm good enough, I'll model them in Blender. But once I'm good enough. I'm not really that good at modeling in Blender. I would have to go and watch some modeling tutorials, so that's a thing for another live stream. I really want to do this fluid simulation though, because I kind of want to make some text out here. You know, like where we put in some glass. Like the text is almost like the glass. The liquid just sort of like splashes down. So we've got a few tutorials to watch for that. But once them tutorials are up and running, we'll see how they go. And we'll see how it ends up looking. Anything else I can show you guys while we wait? I can show you some cool stuff I 3D printed. We're about 80% of the way through this bake. If you look at the bottom of the stream, you can see the timeline. So once that's full, all the way up to... I baked the last frame at 192. So we're almost there. Oh, no, this one's broken. We can fix this quickly though, while we're on stream. So let me just go get some more purple wire and we'll fix this while we wait for the bake. If I can remember where I put it. I've just found this little contraption that I made a while ago. It's an LED matrix. And the thing with this matrix is, it like, if I plug it all in, all the lights will light up. And all hand soldered. Yeah, I've got to distract us all while I wait for this to bake. I am sorry to the person who's watching. We're doing a fluid simulation, and right now, if I just move my webcam out of the way, it's big so you guys can see me, I can talk. We're literally, there's nothing happening on Blender for the next couple of minutes just while we wait for that baking. I've got this, I showed this on stream yesterday, but I'll show you guys it again. Just because I've got to do something with this time to keep you all engaged. So if I pull my USB extender out and I plug this in, once this starts working, what you'll see is, wait for it. Hey, it lights up. It does like some kind of rain sort of thing, like where all the blue LEDs light up in a cube. It's pretty cool. Yeah, made it myself. Uses 125 LEDs, and that was hard to do, like really hard to do. Had to solder each one on like legs on. I don't know if you know anything about soldering, but if you can see just how thin that is, trying to line all that up was horrendous. Let me unplug it. There we go, unplugged it. You can see just how many wires there are on this. It's all soldered together. But out of 125 LEDs, we only needed something like 30 wires. And so that's what you can see there is all 30 of them. And it controls all 125 lights. It's using a system called multiplexing, which is a pretty cool thing to do. Hey, the bake's done. So let me minimize myself so you guys don't need to look at me anymore. And let's just go into this and press play, see what happens. Look at that. Cool. So let's see what we need to do in this tutorial now. You guys can see me, you guys can hear me, there's nothing weird on the screen, we're good to go. So we don't want this cube to show up. And now we were going to add in a plate, so I need to come here and just shift A. Just going to extrude this up on Z. So I've selected it, A. Scale that up again. I'm then going to go into edit mode, select this, and select this face. Extrude this up on Z, quite a lot like that. And then grab this one and Control B to bevel. Use my mouse wheel and just add in a bit of a curve and shit. Shades of that. Wait a minute. Did I hide the wrong thing?
Drinking 2 shots, let's pour it up. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Okay, so now we need to add in a camera. So here we go. Numpad. Camera to view. Scroll out. Gonna go up a bit. Then I'm gonna select the camera and it's wide. Yeah, wide one bit. That. Like so.
This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice.
Yes, I need to make sure this works in a short as well. So I'm going to swap this to 1080. I'm going to swap this to 1920. I think that'll look good for the short camera. So we'll call this one short cam for now. There we go. And what else did he do? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I'm gonna save. This bit scares me. Okay. So I'm going to select this, Shift D, and then come into physics and remove the fluid, like so. If I just hide that plane, this is the fluid one. Down, smashes off, comes in, etc. But then if I was to render an image, we just have a box.
Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. If you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down,
Okay.
down, down. Say it louder, say
So let's get me out of this camera view. And there's a small gap, so we want to fix that. So we're going to scale this in X. So we're going to go like this. I don't. Why does my domain box look so boxy?
Say it louder, say it louder.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into wireframe. Scale this. Oh, no, wrong one. Scale this in X. It's just barely looking through it. Like that. And then what does he do? And then I'm gonna go into this view. S and Y, and just bring this in slightly. That. Okay. Now we go into modifier. We're gonna add a wireframe in. So we can fake a fluid box. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe like that. 0.04, that makes sense, right? That looks right to me. Looks quite good. Oh my god. All these AI things. So now we go into the domain, and this is where he deals with that issue I thought I had before. So let me just press play again. So we want to put roughness to 0. And then we want a 1.333. You go blue. Whoa. Okay, something looks very wrong. Is it because I'm using cycles? No, EV's there. Did I click the wrong thing? Have I done something wrong? Where's the transcript for this thing? Let me just figure out what I've done wrong. How far through the tutorial are we? 14 minutes. So if I was to render an image from this, I've just got this glass box. Like, where's my liquid? I'm confused. Where's my liquid? And he's using Eevee. By the way, this is one of the best Blender tutorials I've followed. The guy fully explains everything. I think I've just been a blithering idiot. And I cannot for the life of me work out why. Oh, you know what I think I forgot to do? If I bake the mesh in as well, do you think that will fix it? I think it's because I forgot baking the mesh. Honestly, it's just like, this is not what we want. We want to be able to see. Oh, you can't see it because I'm baking it. Hello, person who's watching. I'm Beans. I follow Blender tutorials on live stream, so I specifically pick older ones so that you guys can see what I make and see which one is the problem. Because sometimes these older tutorials don't copy over well to new versions of Blender. It's always good to have a live stream of someone who's copied it and has found the issues in the modern day Blender. And so that's what I do right now. What I forgot to do was press this bake mesh button. And so we had the liquid data, we just didn't have the mesh data. And so we've still got this big box. So what I'm doing now is going in and baking the mesh, which is all very fun. I'm just going to open Discord really quickly. we can do is sit here and be like, oh no. And sit here and wait for this to bake out. Luckily, this is going a lot quicker than the fluid simulation thing, which we did before. So I'm quite happy about that. I'm excited with this though. I've always wanted to learn these liquid sims. They look quite cool. And they look like something that should be fun to do. Well, have you noticed? Nobody's watching me, but I'm just talking to this camera anyway to get used to this. This cube that I made, I'd love to make this in Blender. You know, like model an LED and then just go in, sort of fit them all together and say if it's touching, then it's positive. It's got to be doable, right? It must be. You could make the perf board quite easily. You just need a plane with a lot of like if I was to make this in Blender, I'd just use a plane for this perf board and then subdivide it a bunch, add some thickness, and somehow add the holes in at each point or vertex, excluding the edges. Oh yes, look at that. How good does this look in cycles?
We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding
Nice.
where to meet.
This don't rain.
Life pulled
I want this to be glass.
left me
So I'm gonna come over here and
if I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we
unlike this table.
gone to different
I'm gonna come in and add a new material. We're gonna go metal. I'm gonna bring this roughness down a bit. I'm gonna make this like a black, almost like a gun metal.
when the world felt small and your hands fell
Put this back to frame 0. Frame 1, sorry. And I'm just gonna adjust this box.
since 3, scrolling back where we used to be. Have truths in this late night chat, both of us knowing what it like that. Funny how we talk like we're fine, but your name still lives in my
Look at that.
mind. Take me back to the start
How would you add in like foam though? I assume he's gonna tell me, but I'm quite glad that we fixed that problem.
when the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment.
World.
If only for a moment, take me back to the start.
Okay, okay.
Before the quiet endless scars. When the world felt small
Okay.
and your hands felt warm. Back to the start, if only for a moment.
Actually, what if we make this camera? Or like this, because we really want this to be short. Let's just let him finish, actually. And let's add in a light. Just gonna grab it up, a bit of this off to the X there. Rotate this. This off to the X again. Rotate this a bit more. Take a look and see. Where's my camera? Where's the camera? Camera's over here. Gonna just bring this back over. I don't know why I have that so big right now. Split this. Kind of half it. Make sure this doesn't have camera view there. And then probably pick this a bit too. I kind of like it though. Like, let's just join them, right? I need to set these codes and stuff. I kind of like it. It looks quite nice. Do you know what I mean? I think that looks nice. Like, if I was to image render this now, it's gonna kill me. It's probably kill my computer. Looks quite nice, I think. Just gonna go back into wireframe though. Something I am noticing is this cage. Needs to be down in Z a bit more as well. So and this Taurus. Let's just go and make some nice material for this Taurus. Let's make this a glass. Let's make it red. Bring its roughness down. just gonna go and add the same one on the line. And I go do the same for this one. Yes, I like it. I like it. Something we will need to do though is click our short cam. Let's focus this on the Taurus because it's right in the middle. Well, thank you very much, Blender Maze Easy. I realised I've been really silent. I'm sorry about that, people. I would like to know how to maybe add foam into this. Do we need foam now? Maybe I don't want these to be glass either. I'm thinking like a metallic. This beige. base color though. I don't really like keep you as red. I like this red metallic edge tint. Like what that does. Just gonna leave that as white. I'm gonna bring some roughness into it. Don't need any rotation. And I think we just do the same thing. So let's delete this and delete this. Let's just go and grab it. Set it as that red material. But I make it like a green. Let's grab that green. Make it like a pink yellow. I don't think that looks too bad. If I put this on a 0.1 and then I put this to like 8,000, get rid of denoise, maybe bring that motion blur up a bit. Look at that splash. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this and scale this in X, I believe. In fact, I'm just gonna grab this and scale it. Like so. Come in and see. I'm just gonna move this so it's all a little bit closer. Not that close though. Okay, clearly that was not what I wanted to do. I'm just going to move this a little bit like this. But if I grab this and just pop it into the edit mode so I know where I am. Ooh. Grab this plane. I like that reflection now. Maybe I'll just get rid of all these changes. The thing I want to do is I kind of want to have it, the camera kind of wiggle a bit to show the full thing off, you know, like to really show it off. How am I going to do that though? So I'm going to go into wireframe mode, get out of camera, and I can actually hide this, keep this domain, but hide this one for now. The camera's there, so let's go in and add in just really simple Bezier circle. Let's stretch it out quite a lot until it's about there. Let's go up. Let's grab this, move it in C, and pop it to that. Now, that's almost right. So what I'll do now is go into the camera, like so. Where's the camera? Where's the camera? I'll put it here. And I'm just gonna get rid of all of you. And I'm gonna delete you. And also you guys. Oh my god, what's he done? No, I'm just gonna add all the fuller path, Bezier circle, an object constraint, track 2, make sure that's below. I'm gonna track it to this torus, which is kind of in the middle anyway. I'm gonna go look through. Okay. Now, I'm gonna move this to here. to, so we've got the full simulation. Insert that keyframe. Come over here. Just to there. And insert that keyframe. I'm gonna go into my animation graph. Grab this camera. Swap from dope sheet to graph editor. And I'm gonna remove the consistency and make these a Bezier. I'm gonna grab this and just kind of shift it to speed up the rotation there and speed up the rotation. So now the camera should kind of just move of its own accord. We don't need to render 2 frames straight left. Like the camera should move like that. Let's bring the liquid back in so we can see it. Very nice. What I want to see. This liquid's just going to move around and simulate like that. I think that looks quite good. I do kind of want to keep messing with this camera's f-stop a little bit. It focuses in on the torus, which I think is good. I might want to bring this down just like really low and have a quick look at this. Just want to add some blur. But I don't think it really matters. It's not really doing anything. So let's have a look at this now with that just completely. The only, like, I do kind of want foam. So the tutorial never goes into the foam. I think we just kind of are gonna have to accept that the tutorial never goes into the foam. Unfortunately. Because he just goes and renders this out as an image sequence. I don't want to do that. I do like how it looks. But it would just be really nice if this water had a bit of like a foam splash to it. You know, if anything drops into itself. But it also looks quite good as just clear water. So maybe I just keep it as it is. Maybe I try not to be too fancy and I can use that later down the line and be like, yo, I've discovered how to do this, etc. I think that's probably what I do. I'm going to bring this f-stop down. I go 1.4. See what that looks like. But I also think like the fact that it's crystal clear kind of works for it. I think it just works like that. I honestly think that works. Can you guys see that? Can you see the render? No, you can't. I have one viewer right now. Sometimes that is just my mum. If that's not my mum and my one viewer wants to go and have a look and a chat with me, what do you think of this? Is there any changes you would make to it? Let me know. So apparently, I've just asked AI. If I select this initial domain, and we can bake particles. So let's see what happens if we bake them particles. I should have almost certainly saved before I did this, and then done this in a new save file, just in case I mess things up. But you know what it is? I'm just gonna send it. It won't be the worst mistake of my life. It'll just take a little bit longer to render out. So right now we're just waiting for this bake. So I'll enlarge myself a little bit and talk to you guys. Hello, my name's Beans. I do Blender tutorials. Well, I don't do them. I have tried to make one recently and it was not the best, I don't think. So what I'm doing right now is trying to get better at making tutorials. One of the ways I'm doing that is by just live streaming me following tutorials, because the best way to get better at something is to just go and do it. So the best thing I can do right now is just kind of follow everyone else's tutorials, take what I like from them and what I don't like. The good news for people who are watching this, if you're new to learning Blender, is quite simply some of these tutorials, especially some of the good ones, haven't been updated in a while. So the one I'm watching is about 3 years old, I think. And that means it was made in quite an old version of Blender, which means a lot of the settings have changed and a lot of the things have changed. So you guys get to watch me, you get to see the outcome of the tutorial, but then you also get to see my mistakes, and you also get to see me struggle with the headache, and then you guys know what's going on. So you're like, oh, this is the mistake that he's made, and I've made the same one. This is how to fix it. Or this is where he struggled, and this is how he fixed it. So you guys just fly through the tutorial. And I do all the hard work for you guys. If that sounds like something you like, just hang around. I don't know, maybe subscribe. You know what I mean? Right now we're baking, so we're waiting for this little thing at the bottom to hit 100%. If it doesn't work, I can just delete the foam bake and send it as quite a clean liquid sim. It doesn't have to have foam in. I just thought foam might look nice. Especially because I've got this torus that rotates in it. We could use this in the future as well, because we can just go ahead and like have things falling with water falling down on top of them, and the torus like absorbs it all. Or not absorbs, splashes it everywhere. I do hope that my little introduction as to who I am is very nice and you hang around. Whoever is watching me. Let me make my camera smaller, because I've got a big nose. I have a really big nose. Look at the size of it. It's huge. My brother says I've got a beak. He literally comes up to me and calls me nose, because it's so big. How rude. Wow, 41% of the way. That is rough. That's rough. 41%. 41%. What other cool stuff have I got that I can show you while that's rendering? Look at this. I have a 3D printer. So in the future, I will also be doing streams where when I start doing live streams where I'm watching modeling tutorials maybe, and you'll see me start modeling things. But this is a cool little angel that I 3D printed at home. One of the best things I think you can buy in 2026 is a 3D printer, because most, not all, but a lot of the things that you buy out there in the modern world are a bit rubbish. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they're worth the money most of the time. And there is an amazing community of people out there who go and make STL files and put them up for free for you at your home use. So it means a lot of these things you might need to buy that cost like £5, £20. You know, sometimes some of these things cost £100. If you're not that bothered about it being a 3D printed object, you can save yourself some serious money. even better if you know how to CAD design and things. You can go and really like start making your own stuff. So my one tip to people in the modern world is save up and buy a 3D printer. Even if you don't know how to make stuff in computers to 3D print, I guarantee you if you need something, somebody has already made it and put it online for free. Or something very, very close. There's some good life advice. Spend 600 quid once, get yourself a good printer, never buy another printer again because they're quite durable, especially if you get a good one like a Quiddy, or I wouldn't say go Bamboo because Bamboo is really good, but they're quite expensive. And if you're not heavy into 3D printing, that's probably not what you want to be doing. But yeah. Another thing that I think is really good to do is to actually sort of like understand your electronics a little bit more. Technology is becoming a massive part of the modern world. And something you can do is go and make your own. So you can buy like Arduinos. There are Arduino starter kits out there. You can learn about LEDs and how things work. And you know, like alarm clocks. I will never buy an alarm clock again. I don't need to. For one, I've got my phone. But two, if I wanted an actual alarm clock, I've got a 3D printer. I can just get an Arduino and figure out how to make an Arduino into an alarm clock using the 3D printer. It'd be amazing. I don't know if this bake's going to be good. Uh-oh. Blender stopped responding. Blender started responding again. It's good though. Pretty good. But Blender's started responding because I have not saved in a while. I'm really nervous right now. I'm quite scared. You are probably going to see something horrendous when Blender decides to crash and I haven't saved since the very start of the tutorial. I do have a plan with this though. I'm not just going to rob this guy's tutorial. There was another one from CG Geek I was going to do that looked quite cool, but I think I like this one. I like the look of this one, and I think this one will work for what I want to do. So recently I made a short, and the short was just like a be right back screen Blender. And I was getting hammered on the short algorithm. This is the short. Go look at it if you want to. But this one is doing quite well. I mean, when I say getting hammered, when I first started reposting, I was getting like 1,000 views on my shorts. And then it went down to like 100 or a couple hundred, and then it went down to lower than 100. So I was like, oh my god, I need to change something. But this one did quite well. Not really because of the short feed. The short feed took off, but one of the reasons it took off was because of the search feed. And the search feed was people searching for like 3D text animations and stuff. So maybe one of the things I make is a water simulated 3D text. I'll be right back. Or a water simulated 3D text starting soon. And people can use that for their own stream. You know. One of the things is that you've got to just figure out what people want and make it. If you can do that, you'll do very well in life. Look at everybody out there who's rich and famous. What did they all do? They figured out what somebody needed and they made it. And yeah, that's what you do. Obviously, if you can make something brand new, it's better. But if you can just take something that already exists and make it work a lot more frictionless, it all works. This bake is taking forever, and I'm running out of things to say randomly. A little bit more about me. I study mathematics at uni. Really enjoy it. It's quite hard sometimes. But one thing about it is, like, when I first started doing it, I was a bit worried that eventually I would run into, like, even within my first year, I was worried that I would run into topics that I just could not wrap my head around. And that's never actually happened. I think that's partly down to my lecturers. They are all very good. And I think it's also partly down to just maths isn't as scary as everybody makes it out to be. It really isn't. People hear numbers, especially high level maths, and they think that you're doing really complicated things with numbers. Sometimes you are, but you don't really see many big numbers. I think the biggest number I saw in my first year was like a couple hundred, and that came from a very, very like large growing function. Statistics and numbers can get quite big just because, you know, you're dealing with data sets that are a couple thousand, but you don't really do any like actual maths with them data sets. You normally divide that number or square root it or something, and yeah, most often you're working with a number in between 0 and 10. But it's all about relationships, so it's not really about doing arithmetic. It's more about like, if I see this, then this happens. If P happens, then Q happens. And it's about studying them relationships, and that's what's really fun about it. I think I would be really bored if I was just doing arithmetic the whole time. I will not lie to you, my arithmetic has got really bad. I use a calculator quite a lot. In my foundation year, I had a lecturer, and he's a really good mathematician. Like, his PhD is apparently outstanding. 0 corrections through his Viva and stuff. But he just used the calculator for everything. Even stuff that like I could do in my head, he was just like a calculator. And it's because you don't lose the ability to do arithmetic, but it's more, you just don't care about it enough to practice it too much. Your brain's so filled up with other stuff. I mean, obviously there are amazing mathematicians out there whose mental arithmetic is outstanding, but it is definitely a skill you have to hone and practice. I'm gonna eat some brioche, give me a minute. Unmute. There's a big 10-minute section of this stream earlier on where I was muted. I think this looks nice. I think this looks really good. If I touch Blender though, it goes into not responding mode, so I have to be quite careful here. Yeah. My PC is going to get hammered tonight. I'm going to have to render out a few things. So yeah, that's going to get absolutely mangled. But yeah. If you go in the comments, by the way, the tutorial I followed is in the comments. I like this Blender Made Easy guy though. I might try and follow a few more of his. He was really good. The other two that I like watching are Ducky3D amazing tutorial maker, and CG Geek. Ducky 3D, I don't have many issues with him as a tutorial maker. Sometimes when he gets into the GeoNode setup, I just get a little bit confused, and I don't know if that's just because I was so new when I was really watching him, and maybe his tutorials were a bit too advanced for me being that new. But his 10-minute tutorials are really good. I would really recommend going and looking at Ducky 3D's 10-minute tutorials. The other one I like watching is CG Geek. My main problem with CG Geek is that he's very fast though. So he just goes in and does things really quickly, and I'm constantly having to pause his tutorials. It would be really nice if he just kind of gave you a second to breathe. But apart from that, like, he's an amazing 3D artist, and he's an amazing 3D animator, and he makes some really good tutorials that you should definitely check out. I'm also really confused because I've got a short that keeps like getting thrown into the short feed, but it's got like less than 20% view watched, and I thought you needed that number to be like 60%, but it's just getting smashed out in the view feed. I think it's because people are searching. It's coming up in search, and if a few people search it, it then gets thrown back into short testing. But yeah. What are we at? 64%. This is rough. I don't even think I can cancel this.
Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifting, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up.
I decided I don't want this bake, and I think we're a bit screwed. Oh, the amount of time he wastes as a new blender artist. So if I just press escape, escape. If this moves to 128, it's not worth it.
Don't look at the past, no, we're not going that way. Oh, now make it last, make it last to the break of day.
Whoa.
No matter what people
Whoa.
say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted.
It's cancelling. Nice. Oh, blender's not responding. Ooh. I haven't saved it so long. Let's free them. I want to free all that.
This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Going away for it. Let's give my PC a chance to breathe. I like this. I think I'm going to save this. I'm definitely going to save this. Because my computer needs a small chance to just not deal with that right now. Okay, yeah. So we saved that denoise. The like paths are fine. think most of that's quite good. I don't really have a problem with how any of this looks. Maybe we could go in and sort of make this blue a little bit more. So if I come here, to frame 1, needs to start in frame 1. Insert that keyframe. Come to 192. Maybe go to like halfway. What's half of 192? Half of 180 is 90, half of 12 is 6, 96. Keyframe up there. Just go back to frame 1 and grab that blue. And go to frame 192. Grab that blue back. I think that will look fine. And then let's just kind of mess with this torus a bit. So let's go here. Insert this keyframe. Go 192. And maybe this torus can become kind of yellowy. Ooh. Let's go back to 1. Let's grab this cone. You know, it's because we're on frame 1, we'll insert that one as well. So this one is yellow. So maybe this one could go with green. Just a little bit like that. And then this one here is green. So maybe this can go like a blue. Like a teal like that. I think that will look fine. I'm gonna save. And then I'm a little bit worried about the caching of this water bake. So gonna go get some AI help here. Really speed up the learning process a bit. Here we go. Okay, so save this just to make sure we don't screw anything. Gonna come in here, grab this, think he'll be okay. I do think he'll be okay. Because it's not got the temporary thing that he had, so I think it'll be alright. What I will do though is if I just go and grab it, I'll move it off. I'll just go copy paste the entire thing because it's all saved into a folder, I believe. Yeah. So I'm just going to take this folder. I'm just going to bang it on my D drive so it's not on my C drive. Because I have a feeling each frame is going to take a while. This will take a long time to render out. Wait, watch. Render image. It's still got a lot of noise in it. I hope we don't need 2,000 frames. 2,000 samples for each one. And then what does that look like with a denoiser put on it? Let's put a denoiser on, see what that does.
Falling down the highway, doing 95 alone. Trying to reach you, call you, but you won't come to the phone.
I feel like that's gonna walk fact. That's really gonna walk fact, isn't it?
My heart's home. Guess you were biding your time to go.
I'm gonna go and
I really should've known.
be right back really quickly. But I'm gonna quickly just have a look at what this looks like if we render out maybe 4 seconds of it. 24 times, or 5 seconds of it. 24 times 5, 120. So if I render out 120 frames. Put my be right back screen up.
Change your energy, yeah, you switch things up. Now you seem brand new to me. But was that even for? Was you playing your games? Was you really bored? No. I really should've known.
Let's make this quite small on the side.
We were dynamite till we hit a red light. Then I see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's not for us. No, you can't decide.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
After all this time, this is it for us. After all this time, this is it for us. Oh, I really should've known. We were dynamite till we hit a red light. Then I see the sign. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names?
Okay, I'm back. So, ooh, my hand. Do not want to show it. So, this render's taken a while, but we've got about a second of footage there.
I've been up since 3, scrolling back what we used to be. Have truths in this late night chat, both of us knowing what a line that.
I mean, that looks fine. That looks perfect. That's cool. So we'll slap that in what's in and put this back to the info. Like so. And we're gonna save that again. And we're gonna go redo it all from scratch. But this time we're gonna try to do it with text. So I'm just gonna come in here. I'm gonna add some new text in. And what do we want this text to say? What would we like this to be? I have a be right back screen. I have a starting soon screen. Maybe like an introduction to my videos. Private views. I'm just gonna have to say that. That'll be fine. Private beams like that. I'm gonna come and select this text over here, and I'm going to change the font. I'm going to want quite a big, bold font because we don't really want too much extra stuff. We want the water to be able to flow through it quite freely. So I'm thinking like something like this would be really cool, but I bet the wireframe for that's horrible. So if I convert that to a mesh, yeah, look, it's just horrible. So that's not going to be the one that we want. What else could be quite good? I'm going to put bold into the search and we're just going to go through and have a look at some of these. This one, really big, really bold. Just need to go and make some space over here because I use my iPad for the second screen. Although I will be following a tutorial anyway. So I think we're good to go. I should have filled up my juice while I was downstairs. But it's okay. And we're gonna go. I'm then gonna go and change the stream settings. Okay. Pop that all the way over there because I don't need that anymore. Where's my chat? My chat is there. Not that anybody's ever spoken in it today. You're really nice, but you win some, you lose some. Okay, so we're gonna take this, and there is a geometry here. We're gonna extrude this to like 1. No, not 1. 0.2. Then you're gonna click this, convert this to a mesh. That's quite nasty, but it is what it is. Can I subdivide all of this? No. So this is still its text thing. And then I want this to go onto Z, so I'm gonna grab it. That. Amazing. And then we want to, actually we're gonna convert this to a mesh. Then what I'm gonna do is I want like the very top to be the liquid. So I need to duplicate this really quickly. We'll hide the bottom one. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. Before we do that, we'll duplicate it now. We'll hide this one. We'll convert this to a mesh. We'll just call this fallback. In case this doesn't work. So now we've got this. I want to figure out a way to make the top of each letter like, so I'm gonna loop code. Ooh, I don't know how to use a name tool. Because what he did was he had the original domain. So we need to make this really big actually, don't we? So let's just go and convert all transforms. Let's just make this like a 15 and maybe make these a bit bigger, maybe like a 4, yeah, 4 like that. Probably want this wire coming in there. Nice. So now, if we remember in the tutorial, what we had was the very top. Do you know what I mean? Like you put a cube basically to be where the water started. So I need to figure out a way to intersect all of these at the right moment. So I think what I'll do is I'll add a plane in. Or I need to use the knife tool or something. I'm just gonna I need a way to remove see if a remesh will work. Oh no. That's not worked. From even though I want. Ooh, what am I doing? Okay, front view with numpad 1. A F3 bisect. Oh, I need to select everything. And we want the new bottom to be about. Something like that. Okay, that'll do. Okay, now we just need to go and tidy this up a little. So I'm gonna go into X-ray mode and wireframe mode. Just grab all these and press F. Oh. Oh my god. So, get out of that. F3. Want to bisect this. Oh, what's going on? Fill. I want this to be like interesting. save them. Maybe if I just do this one letter at a time. No holes. What's going on? Why would this not work?
I don't think I can take this anymore. I might
There's something I'm doing wrong here. Like, there should be a way to fill this, and I'm not really sure what it is. So let's delete that. Open this one back up. Just gonna make this big. And then I'm gonna geometry. Where did geometry go? Extrude this, or like so. Now I'm gonna duplicate it again. Oh, hide this. Convert this to a mesh. Subdivide it a bunch, because why not?
I don't think I can take this anymore. I might just break all the way heartache, 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 all the way heartache.
This is horrible. This is just horrible geometry. At least I made this fallback one so we can keep falling back. Oh, I forgot. There was something I did. There was a Ducky 3D tutorial. Ducky 3D. It was this one. See? Spacing, where's spacing? Character spacing. Like that. Okay.
I've crashed Blender. Oh no, I've crashed Blender. Just get rid of you. Okay. I don't need you, Ducky, anymore, thank you though. But that just did not work for me.
So bisect. Oh. Select all. Bisect. Why is that not bisect? Yes. And then press bisect. Oh my days. I'm in a nightmare. Just an absolute nightmare. What's the best way to fix this? What would be the best way to do this? Because clearly, if I so Shift D, gonna hide this, convert this to a mesh. Come in and maybe triangulate or something. Triangulate not the right thing. I think bisect was right. Bisect seemed to do the job the best. Come on. Like that. And then I need to figure out a way to fill these holes. So maybe if I just come here and just do this one at a time. Dissolve that. So at least we're doing that right. And we've got two faces there. Okay. Then I'm gonna need it. Oh, this might take a while. I think we'll get there. I think we just need to fill them all like this. Blender is hard, man. Stuff just doesn't make sense. Nope. The issue is you've got to be good at everything, if that makes sense. And if you're not good at one thing, you can just end up absolutely messed up in your workflow. Like, I don't know why that's not made a triangle. Why that's made a triangle then, but it just has. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is stressing me out, and I do not know a better way to do this. But for some reason, this text geometry is just absolutely awful, and we need to fill in the bottom of all of these before we can go ahead and do anything. We've at least got that, which is good, in case anything goes badly wrong. Hello, person. Hello, viewers. If any of you has a better way to do this and fill in the bottom, or even maybe just fix this geometry for me, let me know. But right now, this is the best way I've got, because Blender's autofill did not work. It needs like human interaction. Oh no, don't want to do that. So now we need to deselect it. Ooh, deselect all these ones. We are almost at the end of it though, so come under here. I'm gonna just deselect this, deselect this, come in and deselect this one and this one. Is that everything? I think that was everything. Oh. No, we need to do this side now. Okay. We're getting there though. We are getting there. It's working. It's slowly working. Okay, now I need to deselect. Blender, man. Blender is just... I just said this, but the issue with learning Blender is you have to learn everything at once. You can't just be like good at one part and like just try and learn one thing. You've got to like learn how to mesh. You've got to learn geometry and stuff like that. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. Just gonna save that really quickly. I need to make a new file while I save this. Water text. Yes. I have a new viewer, by the way. I can see you there. You are watching me. Now, I will show you something. The outcome is hopefully to make something like this with the water like splashing around in the text, but using letters. So I can then turn around and use it for like a quick intro screen, if that makes sense. So that's my plan, that's my goal, and you are here to watch me work it all out and probably get absolutely frustrated at this. So I'm going to take 4 back. And this I also want to become a mesh. So I'm going to convert this. I'm going to duplicate this again. Ooh. I'm in edit mode. Oh my days, I was in edit mode. Let me just go back. Undo history. Okay, I think we're good. We're good. So I'm gonna rename this. What would I rename this? Just like water blocks, because these will become the water. I'm gonna come in here and grab my fallback one and just duplicate that. So Shift D. Whilst I'm not in edit mode, and then hide it, and I'm going to convert this to a mesh. I'm going to go in wireframe, select this, and just kind of scale it in a little bit. So I'm going to scale Y. Like that. And then I'm going to scale X like that. Oh no, everything's moved. Uh-oh. Okay, we need to think of a better way to do this. So the scale Y worked. You know, this is all smaller. Very nice, very good. The scale X worked less so. So I think if I come in and just grab each individual bit, scale X, then I can move it down a bit, see. Scale like such. Scale X. Scale Z for this. Move it up a bit. Scale this in X. I do a whole bunch of, but you know. Yeah. Just need to get all these inside a little bit. Oh, this one's gonna be hard. doesn't need to be perfect though, because it's only going to be for like the very first frame that you can even see this. Yeah, it just needs to be like inside. It really doesn't have to be perfect, because frame 1 it will look like this. Frame 2 the simulation started, the water's moving, and it's 24 frames a second, so that's like 1/24 of a second. So scale X, scale Z. Just gonna grab it in X and shift it along a bit so it's done inside. Cool. Same here. Definitely inside. Gonna then grab this and just drag it along a bit in X. That works. That works. Oh, thank the Lord, that's over. Oh, I could have used a bool. I could have just used a boolean. I'm so silly. Oh my lord. 3 hours of live streaming, people, that's what it does to you. Okay. So, gonna just grab, I'm out of edit mode, gonna grab both of these, Shift A, and apply a scale. This here, I'm gonna go with physics. Fluid, it's gonna be my domain. This be a liquid. Yawning a bit now.
Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it up. I know what you're thinking.
Time scale, this was fine.
Ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted. One more for us. There you go. Drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow.
I'm gonna make this a 196.
We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it.
Time scale
Time of your life.
5. 0.85, not 85.
This is the time of your life.
Liquid setting, flip ratio, that was quite good as what it was, I remember. Particle radius, 0.65. Mesh is enabled, yes. 240.
say. Live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Okay, there we go.
Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Flip ratio, particle radius, up res factor, 2, mesh particle radius. We want to make this a 1. In cache, modular, resumable.
And then if we wanted to put something in them, we would and make them effectors, but we don't need to. Put it on geometry. Okay. Come here. Big thing. I hope this works so much. I really do. Let it bake. Hey, we baked! Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Jippity saved my life.
Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. If you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down, down, down.
No, it's kind of not what we want. Okay, it's free now. What's going on? What is going on here? C-block. Food. Cash, modular. Final frame 240. Particles, no, I don't want any of that.
Driving down the highway, doing 95 alone. Trying to reach you, call you, but you won't come to the phone. Remember me, said you'd be my heart's home.
1.65.
Fighting your turn to go. Oh, I really should
Let's timescale gone. Timescale, timescale.
be with dynamite till we hit a red light. Then I see
Yeah,
the
25.
all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's down for us. Now you can't decide. Oh, after all this time, this was it for us. Change your energy, yeah, you switch things up. Now you seem brand new to me. But was that even for? Was you playing your games? Was you really bored? No. I really should've known. Be with dynamite till we hit a red light. Then I see the side. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but
that's fine. Free data, big data. Oh my god, am I gonna have to do this for each individual letter? Maybe. We'll see how this goes, shall we? Oh, please work. Please work.
I don't want to have to do that all again.
Oh, that's just not worked, has it? So we've got that there. So maybe if I just press these and then hold it. Shift. Oh, no, edit mode. Hold it. I'm kind of just gonna hope that works now. If it doesn't, we'll have to go think of another way to make this. This will be a bit nasty. I think I'm going to need to go research this a bit more. So I'm going to end the stream. Thank you for coming, Mum. Or if you're not my mum, whoever you are. But thank you.